Welcome back to Brain Candy Audio. Grab a snack, your brain's about to eat well. In my senior year of high school, my family suddenly faced a severe financial crisis. My parents decided to cut off all my support completely so they could focus every resource on my little brother. With tears in my eyes, I had no choice but to enroll in the prestigious Crestwood Elite Academy, a school packed with the sons and daughters of the super wealthy. Thanks to my outstanding grades, the school waived my entire tuition fee, but I still needed money just to survive each day. After 2 weeks of skipping meals and wearing the same torn, shabby clothes, I finally gathered my courage. I looked straight at the group of rich kids lounging in class, the ones who never bothered to study. Does anyone need help with homework? One assignment, only $5. The classroom, which had been loud with bragging and laughter, suddenly went dead silent. Every head turned toward me. Their eyes widened in shock. A few seconds later, the whole room exploded with shouts. $5? That's ridiculous. 500, write mine first. I'll pay 5,000. I have to be first. $10,000. Light up the sky lanterns. I want to see who dares to challenge me for the top spot today. The day my family cut me off was also the first day of 12th grade. My father pointed his finger at me, his voice cold. Other girls your age already can have everything handed to them, yet you're nothing but a burden. My mother sighed heavily. If you don't figure things out soon, how will your little brother have a future? I clutched my certificates tightly, tears streaming down my face, but I could only run out of that house. My father's voice still echoed behind me. Let's see how long you last without any help from us. I took my transcript and applied to school after school, but most doors slammed shut. My grades were strong, yet no one believed a girl like me could keep up here. They would only waive tuition, nothing more. I stood at the grand gates of Crestwood Elite Academy, my last hope. These kids partied every day and barely studied. In their eyes, the college entrance exam was just a ticket before flying abroad to study. In the office, wearing my faded old shirt, I spoke timidly. The department head looked me up and down with clear contempt. Are you sure you want to study here? Aren't you afraid of being bullied? I shook my head quickly. All I need is free tuition and maybe a small scholarship. Even $300 a month, or just $100, would be fine. I promise I'll work hard and bring honor to the school. She finally nodded. I received the small scholarship up front, bowed deeply, and left. Right behind me, I heard her sneer clearly. A $100 scholarship? Who wouldn't laugh at that? When the teacher announced my name for the class, the noisy group of young masters and ladies suddenly fell quiet. All eyes turned to me. What is she wearing? It's completely torn. That's the latest LV design, battlefield style. Look at those 2 holes on the legs. It actually looks pretty cool. The fabric feels expensive. Even though it's ripped, it's not falling apart yet. That's why flea market clothes are so durable. What do you mean by that? Are you saying I used to wear secondhand stuff from the market? How dare you talk to me like that? Tomorrow I'll tell my dad to pull his investment from your family's company. With just a few sharp words, the 2 spoiled rich kids started fighting and rolling on the floor in the middle of the classroom. I kept a straight face, walked calmly past them, and sat down in the corner seat right next to the trash can. Whispers behind my back were nothing compared to the scolding I got from my own parents. I just wanted to study in peace, take the college exam, and avoid any bullying. During break, even a pretty girl walked up to me. She tilted her head curiously. You're Emma Hayes, right? Why are you wearing such ragged clothes? Isn't this year's new luxury collection gorgeous? I answered softly, I don't buy new clothes because I can't afford those designs. Madison Voss rested her chin on her hand and looked at me with surprise. Why don't you have enough money? Did your parents cut off your allowance? You still have your trust fund, don't you? I let out a quiet sigh. What trust fund? Madison blinked. So, how do you get to school every day? By walking. I wake up very early. Why don't you ask your driver to take you? My family doesn't have a driver or even a car. Then why not ride a motorbike? I don't have one of those either. Madison's eyes widened. Ah, I see. You probably only like taking the helicopter, but it broke down this morning, right? I silently pulled my book up to cover my face. It was pointless to explain. 2 weeks into the semester, I was practically invisible in class. I stayed in my corner every day, solving problems, studying hard, and working nonstop. Gradually, the teachers started noticing me because I was the only student who actually took studying seriously. But today, I couldn't focus anymore. I was starving, so hungry I wanted to chew on the desk. Although tuition was waived, the school refused to let me stay in the dormitory. They said my background was too low and the rich kids would complain. So I had to rent a tiny attic room far away. The rent was sky high. I begged until my throat hurt, and the landlord finally let me pay 6 months in advance. My small scholarship instantly shrank to almost nothing. Hesitantly, I spoke up in a soft voice. Does anyone need help with homework? It's only $5 per assignment. I had never seen these rich kids do their own homework before. Every time the teacher gave an assignment, I was the only one who took notes seriously and finished it carefully under the dim light in my tiny room. As soon as I finished speaking, the loud bragging in the classroom stopped instantly. All the rich kids turned and stared at me as if I were some strange creature. Madison Voss's voice, full of shock, rang out. Emma, you're still doing homework? Since I had received so much praise from the teachers, I had even been elected class president, and all the cleaning duties in the classroom were also given to me. I mumbled softly, almost like a whisper. Yeah, I finish assignments very quickly and accurately. If anyone needs help, you can consider me. I won't charge much. $5 per assignment, and 5 assignments get 1 free. Thinking about how their families were all in business, I quickly added, the price is negotiable. Everyone's faces showed complete shock. Just a few seconds later, shouts erupted everywhere. $5? Who do you think we are? $500. Write mine first. So my father can see that his son actually loves studying. You dare to say 500? I'll pay 5,000. I have to be first. $50,000. Light up the sky lanterns. Today I'm going to see who dares to challenge me for the top spot. The whole class immediately fell into chaos. The prices they were shouting became more and more ridiculous. It was as if I wasn't writing homework, but creating some priceless masterpiece. I quickly waved my hands and said, just $5, no more than that. I'll assign in order of who signs up first. It's only physics and chemistry problems anyway. I can finish them fast. Business has to be sustainable. Water flows slowly but surely to form a river. I was afraid of charging too much and getting in trouble with their parents. That would be disastrous. Back in 10th grade, I used to write essays for others to earn money. Because I once accepted an order worth $6, the girl's parents found out when they checked her wallet. The next day, they stood outside my house and gave me a terrible scolding. The noise was still ringing in my ears. But Madison had already secured the first spot. She happily transferred $20 to me. My old phone received the money a moment later. Seeing the new balance, I was so happy my face lit up. I excitedly said, Miss Madison, rest assured. I'll do a perfect assignment for you tonight. That day, I earned $100. I took on 5 assignments and finished writing until 1 in the morning. To ensure quality, I never rushed the work. The next day after school, I saw another $100 transferred to my account. I was about to pick up the Chanel backpack I had found in the trash and head home when the richest and most bossy girl in class suddenly blocked my way. She looked at my simple clothes, gestured to the 2 girls following her, and dragged me straight into the restroom. Even the restroom at Crestwood Elite Academy was more luxurious than my tiny attic room. My heart pounded. Was she planning to bully me? I had done nothing to offend her. Since I transferred here, I had always stayed invisible, trying not to attract attention. When they showed off their luxury items, I would just smile and say, "That's beautiful. It must be expensive." The bossy girl gave a cold smile, lifted my chin, and said, "You're a class president now?" Her drawn-out voice made my heart race. I searched my memory but couldn't recall any conflict with her. At that moment, she suddenly laughed. Relax.